right. So, so let's get into the game after that little segue. Sorry about that, everyone.
Okay.
They're being silent observers. I did talk to Ricky. Unfortunately, says he is going to dinner with his grandma right now. It's her birthday. So I was hoping that at least he'd hop in for a couple of minutes. But he's not able to make it. So we will just start without him since the rest of you guys are here. And so
Okay.
let's just pick up where we left off. And as we left off last week, you have met the individual who has been threatening the Roadrunners. His name is Reed. Actually, hold on, bear with me 1 second. I have to pull up my notes on this. Bear with me one moment. I'm sorry. Start. Crews have gotten sick over the last few days. Though Roger blames it on excessive partying. They swear that no, they've just been getting sick. And then likewise, as soon as that's done, you find out that Jonas, the race car driver that was supposed to participate in the race the night before that Maradine stepped in to take over, has been kidnapped by some so far group of people, although you guys didn't ask, and being held captive in a nearby town. And so, long story short, Roger, I will say that if Ricky had been here, it would have been his part of the story. So I'll just paraphrase what I would have had Ricky find out. But basically, Ricky finds out that not only is Roger's friends with Razor, they're business partners. Razor is bankrolling a lot of Roger's operations. And of course, Roger has aspirations of creating a new race car driving star. So there's quite a bit of money riding at stake with Jonas. And so Rogers pretty much said, if I don't get Jonas back, it's going to be a big hit for me. And they're going to either harvest his body for parts or sell him into slavery. So he needs him back. And he doesn't have the weaponry right now, but the only solution that he can come up with is to get a couple of dozen guys, go into the town, and start a gang war. Small enterprising group of operators can go in and try to rescue without attracting at least too much notice. Whatever that means.
Right. And, well, now that we have both of our big guns on the table, at least, the driver disappeared in the city, but we don't know where he actually is at this moment.
Yeah, no, he's been kidnapped. Typically what happens, and I'll give you guys know what characters would know this because this is a very typical thing that happens, especially outside of civilized regions. It's basically like a catfish type of scenario. Someone gets lured, they get basically like roofied, and normally they either get their body parts harvested because most people have some type of cyberware, and that's worth something on the black market. Obviously, organ harvesting is still a thing in the future. And, also literally just selling people into slavery, because with a few cyberware modifications, you could pretty much just make zombie people. And so that's also a big underground industry, black market thing that happens, especially out here in the less we'll say less ordered sections of the country where there's no overarching police or military force controlling everything.
Damn. Well, then we had to find them. Do we have any
All right.
clues to where we can find them?
Jonas was seen in a town nearby. It's called shit, I forgot the name of it. Canyon Brook. It's literally on the other side of the valley. He will tell you, Roger will tell you, that town is primarily controlled by 3 gangs, as far as he knows. They are the Vultures, the Roadkills, and the Thunderbolts, all 3 of which you have had interactions with here. The Thunderbolts and the Roadkills were the 2 gangs that got into the altercation in court area, and the Vultures were the gang of people who were trying to steal money from the betting arena. So that's where you know them from, and Roger will tell you that that's where they operate out of. That's their turf, so to speak. So kind of control the town between the 3 of them.
And since they're willing to fight it out even in a place where they're not supposed to fight, I bet that the town is even more chaotic.
Oh yeah, it's basically, they're like warlords. They all each carve out a little territory in the town. They control the little section. Roger will tell you that over the years there have been little sparks of gang warfare over there, but for the most part they have some sort of arrangement that keeps them relatively peaceful towards each other. He doesn't quite understand how that happens, because you can attest to this, they're pretty brutal and bloodthirsty kind of guys. So kind of wonders what keeps them in check in such a small town, but somehow over the years they've made it work. And so normally, under normal circumstances, just the fact that the Roadrunners are a significantly larger group of people, that's usually what protects them from most serious incursions from these gangs. However, if most of you don't remember, Roger did say that he had to sell some of his heavy weapons to come up with some short cash. So normally the protection that he usually falls back on is not present to defend himself from these types of threats. Hence, he called Razor, hence why you guys are here to help him out. So right now you have the choice of asking any number of questions, or you can decide to head over to Canyon Brook and check it out yourself.
Do we have the names of the leaders or would-be leaders of these gangs?
Let me see. No, Roger doesn't know the leaders of these guys.
Well, then we got a location. Well, a general location. Let's head over there.
I got a question. So, where was the driver last heading to in town? A particular bar or place? Did he tell anyone? Did he bring anyone?
Good question. All right.
Does he have like a special car that he like drives around town and would be incredibly conspicuous?
All right. So if you hop on over to me, if everyone's on roll 20, I'll hop you over to the map. This is the town. It's a very small town. And so basically, if you look at the number categories and you look at the upper left-hand corner, that's the legend. So the market region, let me get back to my notes. Market region number 1 is where, all the stalls are. It's generally like a common plaza area where people get to sell their stuff. 1 gang owns that region. Section 2, where it says craftsman, is basically just a bunch of low-grade recycling factories and workshops, where people just reappropriate one stuff, recycle furniture, crap like that. That's owned by another group. That's owned by the Roadrunners. And then in the last section down below where it says merchant, is controlled by the Thunderbolts.
Mm.
And so what you've heard is that Jonas was seen at a cantina in the craftsman section, usually patrol.
Mhm.
Oh, that's the situation. That's all. That's pretty much all he can tell you. That he was seen in the craftsman zone. Like I said, the town is pretty much divided into three ways. There's a municipal zone that's number 3 that says gate. That's actually like the region of the town where like this town sheriff and the mayor and all that operate out of. But Roger tells you that nothing happens in that town without the 3 gangs in on it or approving of it. So they are the de facto power in the town.
Mm.
Anything
Well, at
else?
least we have a place to narrow down our search. It's probably unlikely that he went very far from there. Let's say they have some place completely outside of town.
Possibly. Any other questions?
Where can I find some armor for my legs?
Some armor for your legs.
Yes.
Actually, what we can say is, since you've already killed a fair number of people,
Hmm.
let's see. I think the vultures had a decent set of kit on them. Give me a second here. I'm just going to go through some combat. I'm going to go through some. All right. You have some leather pants and a Kevlar vest. Is holding something a little bit more profound than that. I don't think so. I think most guys only just had leather pants. All right, you got one pair of heavy pants that you can wear.
Okay.
SP12. However, trench, did that give you an EV minus for heavy pants? Is that a heavy
Are you
weapon?
wearing a
Heavy?
layer?
Huh?
Are you wearing a layer?
No.
I'm wearing a helmet and I think an armored shirt, which is armor 14.
Then no, not unless it gives it itself. You don't have the chart in front of you?
Not off the top of my head. Hold on a second.
I don't know off the
Let
top of
me
my head.
open
Now.
up.
Yeah, so I have to open up too. I don't have the book open right now. Mine doesn't because I stopped right before.
Let me see what it says. Let me just be sure, because I know some of this armor gear actually gives you a reflex.
Penalty.
So I just want to make sure that that's factored in before we do anything. Come on. Here we go. It's at the end here. I know it's at the end of this chart. Here we go. Here we go. Flak. I think these are flak pants.
Mm-hmm.
But actually give you a -1 to your reflex for wearing them.
Okay.
So that's the only caveat I will tell you about that. Or you can wear the leather pants, but they'll only give you an SP of about 4. Whereas the heavy pants will give you an SP of 12. So, but you will take a hit on reflex. Let me see if I don't think anybody else has anything better than that in my lists. Kevlar vest, nope.
I'll take the pants. It's just a matter of having some armor versus.
I agree. Yep,
versus
this guy's armorless. And last guy. Yeah, that's all you got. It would be
That's
flat
okay.
pants.
That's okay.
Black pants are SP20, not SP12.
That's true. That's so weird.
So it's, I mean,
Okay.
because usually it's the higher quality stuff is higher SP, but at the cost.
Okay. All right. I hate when it does this. Because my NPC generator probably has like the complete item list from every Cyberpunk book listed. So there probably is somewhere where there's.
Well, I'm saying you're saying flak pants specifically. Flak pants
I gotcha.
specifically is SP20 with an EV of 1, which is of course -1 reflex.
You are absolutely right. So let me go to the master list and see if there is an SP12 armor pants that are.
I mean, there probably is, just not in the core book. The core book, only other legging is heavy leather armor, which is just SP of 4. And again,
Let's
flak
see.
pants cost 200 EB, so I mean, if you don't ruin them, they're worth some money.
That's true too. Other rounds, ammo effect. Here we go. Here we go. Clothing and fashion. Armor headwear. All right, what do we got here? Nope, these are not it. God. So many stats for so many things.
All this work just for pants.
Soft armor. Here we go. What's under SB12? You know what? The soft armor. Yeah, I don't know where it got that number from. All right, your SP's 20. If you're going to take a negative one to ref, you might as well just get the benefits of the SP. Your SP's 20. They're heavy flak pants. You get a negative one to reflex. I think that's a good trade-off. Great.
How do I put that in, basically?
All right, if you go in the character sheet
Mm-hmm.
and you go to the combat section,
Mm-hmm.
part right down there, it actually has it broken down to like body position.
Mm-hmm.
Next to that is combat notes. You just write in heavy flak pants, -1 to reflex, and then just go up above where your big stats are listed out. You see where it says temporary mod. Just put -1 under reflex and it'll adjust it.
Reflex. Okay, -1.
Yeah. So you just put heavy flak pants, -1 to reflex, and then that way you know where your minus came from.
Okay.
That way later on you just don't go, hey, why do I have a -1 to reflex?
Got it.
All right, so we're good to go with that. Anything else?
It's fine. Unless somebody else has a question, I don't.
Anyone else have any questions, comments, concerns? Any kind of preparatory work you want to do before you head to town?
Not much we can do, I think.
Okay. Marinine?
Meredine's not here at the moment.
She's not here either. I thought she was here.
Popped in for just a moment to listen, I think.
Oh.
She was here. She got kicked out.
But well, she can still drive the car and take us all out to town.
Oh, boy. All right. Okay. So, all right. So let's go. Where do you guys want to go? Well, there's only one place you guys can go first. The main road into town leads you to basically the municipal center. Even though it looks like a bunch of little squares, in reality, it's more like an office park complex sort of structure. So all the buildings are sort of interconnected into one sort of facility. It's not really that big. You barely, I mean, most of you, especially you, Kitty and you, Leo, I mean, you guys are from Night City, so this is like podunk compared to where you guys are from.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, there's basically like a municipal welcome center and a parking lot. And first, or you can just keep driving on if you want to wander around the city.
That's okay. We just go to the section we're supposed to be a store, then we'll go to the store and start asking questions.
Okay, so after a while, you find the section of town where Jonas was last seen. Let's just say, yeah, the few guys that were partying with him give you the directions, where the bar was. And so, yeah, what you see basically are a bunch of dilapidated workshop kind of facilities where people dismantle, repurpose it, a lot of welding, a lot of metal cutting, a lot of woodworking. None of it's really high quality. It's probably where the only industry in the town really happens. But not surprisingly enough, there's a bar in the center of all this business. And so, yeah, you pull up. Yeah, it's a pretty dive-looking bar. What do you guys want to do? I assume you guys just want to go in?
Yeah.
Yep. Let's go in, take a seat, order a drink.
So with that,
Old West style.
you open the door, and the bar opens before you. And so it's a pretty dive-looking place. Oh, Kitty, were you the one who was having the problems with the map looking all fuzzy?
Oh, right, that was last time. It seems to be
Yeah.
fine right now.
Okay. I found that if you zoom in and out really fast, solve better.
Okay, I'll try to remember that.
I just found that out myself. Like sometimes the map will look up all blurry, then all of a sudden I zoom in and out real quick, and then all of a sudden like, oh, it looks fine now. I don't know what the big deal is, or like I don't know what happened, but yeah. And so yeah, as you walk in, you see on the left-hand side is the actual bar area itself. There's a couple of pool tables nearby. There's a few a few shifty-looking people playing pool there. The center area is where all the tables and the chairs are at. You see a few people sitting around there. Just real hillbilly type people. And on stage, you realize that you guys have basically walked into a strip club because there's a bunch of girls out there on the top. It's a bikini bar. It's not full nude. But yeah, it's basically a bunch of go dancers on the stage and a bunch of guys drinking and staring at them. So, what are you guys doing?
Okay, so we have the bar. We have a bunch of guys, like a couple of guys looking at the action, and
A few guys playing pool.
Interesting. Let's have some of the girls. I'm gonna go over to where the girls are at. I mean, this guy was spending money. I'm gonna look for a girl that's on the side, like taking a break, maybe a smoke break or something, and I'm gonna head over there.
All right, sure enough, you see a few bikinied up girls, one of them smoking a cigarette.
And I go like, sorry, doll. Sorry to interrupt your break, babe, but well, I'm looking for a buddy of mine. I think he was here, and he told me to meet him here, but he hasn't showed up. Could
Okay.
you look at him?
And so she looks up at you and she's just like, what's the name of your friend, darling?
What's the name of the driver again?
Jonas.
Jonas. Yeah, looking for Jonas.
And at the sound of Jonas, actually make an awareness check.
Okay. Can somebody turn the music down a little bit? Because it's
I don't have it on at all.
Sorry, that was me. Just like I thought it was like. Okay, sorry. So let me make an awareness check. When I can find the thing.
Again, remember, combat awareness adds to your awareness check.
Yeah, okay. The date? Oh, here we are. Let it guns. Did they change this cheat? Did they change the cheat? Because it used to have a awareness.
Oh, I did that. I played around with people's character. You could get rid of all the non-used skills, so you could just see the ones that you have instead of scrolling through lists and lists of things like where is this.
Okay.
I prefer mine the way it is, so if you would never touch it, please.
Okay, no problem. You can always switch it back if you look up above.
Yeah, there's a skill setup checkbox.
Yeah, you can go and just.
I got a 15.
Got a 15. All right. So she looks up at you and she's like, sorry, darling. I never met anyone like that here. Maybe you should ask one of the other girls. And then she goes back to smoking her cigarette.
Thanks a bunch. Anybody who, by the way, do I know what town that he might have been in this place?
It was, which was yesterday afternoon.
Hmm. Anyone in particular that was working the afternoon? Because he says usually that's the time he's around, and maybe I'm a little early. I'm gonna ask him of the girls. Do you know? You can point me in the right direction, maybe.
He goes, "Oh no, sweetie, she's like, none of these girls were here last night. Only I was here yesterday, and I didn't see nobody name that. Make another awareness check."
Mm.
Ooh. Yeah, though. That's all you get from her.
Well, thank you for your time. Sorry to take your time, babe.
No problem,
Almost.
sweetie. I'm up in
I'll,
5 minutes if you want to catch my show.
I'll keep an eye on it. And I walk away, you know.
Okay.
Hey, do I notice anybody else who might be listening on that conversation or something like that who might have picked up like, oh, what?
No, the music's fairly loud. The music's fairly loud, so it's it's kind of like nightclub scenario where you can't
Mhm.
hear anything after a few feet from where you're talking to somebody. So unless someone was literally standing next to you, they wouldn't hear what you were saying.
No, I got it.
All
Well, at
right.
least the girl. I talked to
All
the
right.
guys like, well, at least the girls don't know much of anything.
Well, not that
Anyone
they're
else?
letting on to anyway.
Mm.
I could always try talking up some of the patrons who are clearly wanting some attention. So hopefully, if I go around a little path of seduction, I can just have them telling me whatever I want to hear out of them.
Do you have a seduction skill?
Yes, I do. It is my only empathy skill.
Why don't you roll a seduction check?
Right. Doo-ba-doo. And should I throw in attractiveness to that? Or
It
what
is
should
a
I be rolling here? Empathy and what attributes?
Well, when you click the skill, it'll roll the associated
it'll roll
attribute with it.
right. So it'll take your
Okay.
empathy and add your seduction bonus, and that'll be your base. Um, do I want to give you what is your attractiveness?
My attractiveness is 6.
No, you can just roll seduction.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it'll roll with a +6 from attractiveness anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's without any additional bonuses. It's just the skill flat, which comes out to just a 9.
That's the 9. Okay. Unfortunately,
Plus,
Kitty, you're not quite hillbilly chic enough to attract enough attention to what you're doing.
wearing too much clothes,
Yeah. Too many
I
teeth.
pull my gloves
That's,
off a little bit to show a little wrist, and it's just not enough.
you have too many teeth. Teeth are all straight. There's no bullet scars, sweetie.
I'm sorry, both my eyes point in the same direction. I just can't help it.
Okay, so yeah, your attempt at seduction got a couple of gropes, a few offers of going out to the back, but no real information.
All right.
All right, Trench, you do have the highest awareness of the entire group.
Yes, tell us how Trench gets up and starts doing some pole dancing.
That's how Trench decides to solve this dilemma.
Are you indicating that I would see something?
You could if you asked around.
Okay, what's the name of this guy that we're looking for?
Jonas.
Jonas. Are these people important to us?
Jonas is.
No, these people.
No, it's just
Oh,
people in a town, so we don't know them, they don't
there's
know
people.
us.
Okay, but so they're not tied to the
No,
people that we're looking for, though.
no, but
I
you
mean,
do
they're
know
in
that
the part of town.
Okay,
there are
so
several gangs that operate in this
Jonas is
town.
the guy we're looking for, though. Okay, so I'm going to approach the Gnosis guy and say, "Excuse me."
And he looks at you. What do you want?
I punch him in the face.
Punch him in the face?
Yes, I punch him in the face. I'm starting a bar fight.
Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to make a roll for it because you basically just picked up a random rando person and punched them in the face. I would even say they had stats. So yeah, yeah. punch this guy in the face, and he falls over.
Does he have any?
And
Is he wearing any armor on his face?
oh,
If he's not, he's dead.
but yeah, you just kill the guy. So at which point you hear the what? Like the metaphorical music drop, and everyone stops and stares at you.
I'm looking for a man named Jonas. You're going to tell me where he's at.
Or what? The random crowd.
I give this dead body a kick, make it slide over a couple of feet, in a maybe more visible ground.
Okay, so roll an awareness check. And actually, do you have intimidate as a skill?
I can intimidate. The fact that I might not have the ability to.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's
make an awareness check. Actually, I'll probably just make an awareness check first.
Intimidate's
see how
cool. I have a 9 in cool, which means I'd still be rolling a d10 plus 9 anyway.
Oh, that's fine. We'll do the awareness first, and then we'll see if you need to do an intimidation.
$22.
Okay, so
sorry, 21. Apparently, I can't.
21. It's good enough. Notice when you say this is the girl that Leo was talking to is very quietly and trying to very surreptitiously leave.
Alright, I just do one of those quick, half turns. Point. You stop.
And she halts dead in her tracks. Now make your
13.
okay, and
I fart a little.
So she's like, what do you want? She's like, I don't gotta listen to you.
You don't. You might not have to listen to anybody for a lot longer. Where's Jonas?
And she looks at you, and she looks around at everybody. And obviously, at this point, there's a couple of other people who are just like looking at her, like very knowingly, like, yeah, she knows something. And she's like, here. She goes, we all be dead if I started talking to you.
Y'all could be dead if you don't start talking to me.
At that point, you hear a shotgun cock from behind you, and the bartender is leaning over with the shotgun leveled at you and goes, all right, son. He goes, I don't think you understand the lay of the land around here. So why don't you just stand down for a minute and come over here and have a drink?
And I don't think he understands how combat awareness works on a meta aspect. Son, if you don't put that shotgun down right now, I'm going to shove it so far up your ass you'll never know when I pull the trigger.
He looks at you and he goes, listen. He goes, that's the reason why I'm telling you to come over here. He goes, if you want your answers, she ain't going to give it to you. If you start killing my patrons, I can't help you at all, whether you kill me or not.
At this point, I'm really worried why none of my other 2 compatriots have stepped in to stop me or do anything, by the way.
Well, I'm sitting over here by the bar when this happens, so I've just been watching it happen. I have, like, a light pistol, and I'm sitting next to the guy with the shotgun right now, so...
Yeah.
Oh, something happens, I'm here.
Leo, what are you
Alternatively,
doing?
I could just go out and try to follow the girl, once she starts leaving.
I mean, I'm entirely fine with killing everybody here. I just thought maybe you two might have something else to say about the matter.
I'm about to step up. I was like, well, it seems that the gentleman, the owner, is making a generous offer. As I understand it, considering the situation, let's step up to the bar and have a chat, shall we? So we're all hauling a body in the back and dumping him in an open grave is going to take some work. We just made this man's day a bit harder as it is. Isn't that right, sir?
Absolutely. And you see him prop the shotgun up. He doesn't put it away. He kind of just has it up,
Ready.
like leaning up and ready. And then he snaps his fingers at a couple of guys in the back who run out and, like you said, Leo, pick the guy up and slide him off. And you know, after a couple of minutes, everything dies down. Obviously, not something that's surprising in a place like this. So, after a couple of minutes, everyone really goes back to their business. And so, yeah, and in that time period, he takes a few shot glasses, he pulls them out, he takes a bottle of something, he pours it out, it over to the front of you.
Mm-hmm. I take it. And I'm gonna put it to my lips, and I go like, before I drink, is like, so, and I put it down. So, who got everybody here scared? Because this is gang territory. I mean, clearly,
He
the
goes,
owners of this.
he goes, yeah. He's like, you got that right, kid. He was like, I don't know where you come from. He goes, out here. He goes, this whole town's carved up like a freaking turkey in the heart of Roadrunner territory. And those guys, they're like cannibals, except they don't eat whatever they catch. They just carve it up and sell it to people. He goes, that's why nobody's talking here. He goes, anybody crosses the Roadrunners basically just ends up on the chopping block and sold for parts, if you get what my drift. Mention that. He goes, he looks over at the trench. He's like, you mentioned that boy Jonas? He goes, yeah, that boy was here yesterday. He goes, what the fuck's her name? He goes, Ryan over there, she did a little hustle on him. She works for the Roadrunners. That's a little operation. They catch guys, kidnap them, sell them for parts.
Aren't we with the Roadrunners? Now I'm slightly confused.
Oh, not roadkill. My bad. Not Roadrunners. Roadkill.
Okay, that was right. Well, yeah. So why don't they assist
Roadkill.
It's
us?
an inside job.
Yeah.
Kill. Sorry, my bad.
Well, if you would be so kind to point me into the general direction we should go, we can leave this place as soon as possible. So when somebody makes a call and the roadkill comes over looking for us, we will be scarce. You know how this works, right?
Oh yeah, that's why I want he's like, that's why I wanted to stop this party before it started. He goes, I don't know what exactly they do. He goes, but I do know it has something to do with them thunderbolts. He goes, you may want to check those guys out, because he looks down, he looks around, he goes, those are the ones that really call the shots around here.
You think that's where they take a kidnap victim?
Oh, I don't, like I said, they don't tell me much. I'm not plugged into the politics of this place. I just try to keep a low profile and sell my liquor. He goes, I do know that they're the ones that control the warehouse district in the city. So if there's any place that you could find a store or something, they'd be the only game in town.
Like a meat locker.
Anything. They literally control the entire shipping and warehouse district. This place, only thing this place makes money on is being a way station for transportation companies.
Well then, we got ourselves a next clue. Sorry for the mess.
Thanks for the drink.
Thanks for the drink. And I slam it. Boom. I'm gonna put it down.
And as soon as you do that, the door opens and 5 individuals walk in.
Not individuals.
5 individuals.
My one weakness. Individuals.
If only there were multitudes.
Yeah.
Or a horde.
You could call them a gang of people come in.
Yeah.
And you notice right away that they were adorned in animal bones and leftover pelts.
Their theme song is weird.
That sounds like roadkill to me.
And
Smells
so
like-
they come in and they scan the room. They see the trail of blood, and then they immediately look over, and one of them goes, "Holy shit, that's them!" And
Damn it, Mike!
he
Stop
point-
playing the xylophone. It's not appropriate in
points-
this situation.
Darn it, this is why you don't bring the bard with you anymore.
Mhm.
And one of the roadkill members points to Trench.
Oh, I think we met these guys before.
And so the one of the guys in the front, he looks over and he goes, I hear you guys been asking questions about things that don't concern none of your business.
I'm sorry.
And
Who are you?
he goes, we run this place. That's who we are.
Across the distance. While he's talking, so that I can then say, once again, I'm sorry. Who are you?
I tell the guy behind the bar, I think this is where you duck.
Yeah, and you see him take the shotgun and duck underneath. So, which one? You know what? Yeah, you're. Okay. Well, I made a slight error in my tokens, but that's fine. You're a roadkill one anyway. What do you have here? Roll initiative.
Damn it, Mike! I said get off the damn xylophone!
I'm sorry. Someone keeps calling me, and I keep trying to cancel the call. Give me one moment.
I know, it's just funnier
This
to
guy
think
had
that one of these guys is in the background playing the xylophone. Like, this is the music of the bar.
Somebody playing
Yes,
in
thank you.
and
Give me one moment.
playing it in the what the hell is my initiative?
All
I
right,
think.
give me a pause for 1 minute. I have to take care of something. I unfortunately did not think it was going to happen.
All good. And
This
initiative is on the combat tab. It's like at the top right.
Also,
Yeah,
remember, you
yes.
have your token selected when you hit the button.
Yeah, I did, just to make sure that it just doesn't.
Okay.
23.
Yeah, just give me a couple minutes.
Oh, you beat me by 2.
Not that it really matters, I suppose.
Oh yeah,
So
because I
we're gonna
rolled
do-
a natural 1. This is the lowest I can roll.
Wow. Well, I have 16, so I guess I roll what 13.
If you mouse over the thing, you rolled a 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I roll pretty low. Well, no, actually, a D10 is pretty high. Forget when I'm rolling a D20. So how do I
That
want to
said,
do
the
it?
combat characters clearly outlast the non-combat ones, at least for initiative here, so I'll just be taking up the rear.
So we're gonna do this punching, or we're gonna do it. Well, you're pretty good at punching, but I'm gonna go gunsling on these guys.
I think I'm deadlier punching than I am gunslinging.
Yeah.
Getting some answers would probably be a good start, so maybe
I
don't punch
mean-
them to death.
I mean,
Use a gentler bullet.
the thing is, if you take on 8 unmodified damage total to the head, you're dead. And I can pretty effectively punch people on the head to death because my natural damage is what, D6 plus 8.
Right. But so maybe just shoot them in the leg instead or something, because the gun will do less damage than your fist.
Okay, no, actually, kicking them in the head is how I kill them.
Yeah.
Or maybe
do
rip an arm off, or just
D6
grab
plus
them.
11 damage in a kick.
What I'm saying is maybe we could try to leave one alive.
All I'm saying is we can try. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen though.
You got huge arms.
Yeah, but that's only D6 divided by 2 plus 12 damage. No, I'm sorry, D6 divided by 2 plus 11. They're both plus 11s. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I have 15 body type.
I only have 10, so
Yeah, I'm modified. That's where all my
1d12
money went.
plus 287 damage. I hope you roll a 1.
Which means I take negative 5 damage to blows to myself, plus I deal plus 8 damage.
where am I even? Oh.
Yeah, but it has to be 8 damage straight off, because then if it doesn't kill them immediately, damage to the head is doubled. But the double damage doesn't kill them. think I said before it was -4, or was it -3 to target a specific body part?
I think it's -3.
Right, because then it's -3 to every action you take after the first, including moving. So if you move and then attack, it's a -3 to your attack.
Right now, I'm just trying to think of my battle strategy, and the honest answer is going to be jump the bar, take cover,
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
then see if I can shoot things.
Now I'm going to look up what the SPP of wood is.
I do got a high reflex, and I got 2 points in pistol, so I got +9. Not sure what I'd be hitting here, though. And if they have any armor, then I'm not doing damage either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed that the damage of these weapons is pretty low considering the armor that it's. Well, I guess it's because.
Yeah.
I guess it's because.
Ostensibly, this is our first mission. And it's like, well, I don't have the weaponry needed to take down people who actually came prepared. So,
To be fair, you were asked, what do you need before we ever even left the mission place? Not talking about right now, I mean, like, episode 1.
Right. What I need is 2 people who are way beefier who can destroy things with their fists. So I don't personally need to murder anything.
I mean...
but they only had, like, shotguns in the first place, and I don't think that was
life is
much
on the
better.
line, so I think maybe you do need to murder things.
I'm back.
Yeah.
All right, so let me roll this guy's initiative. Ah,
These guys go on 24s.
There's a second Sporkshite here, because you already rolled 1 for 18.
did you? Did I?
At the very
Yeah,
top.
ignore that. I'm sorry. I'm a little out of breath. I just ran up some stairs, so ignore that. It's 18. And all right. So that being the case, you run up to this guy. I'm assuming you're going to do something.
I didn't
So
run
you're
up
up.
to him, no, I crossed the distance, and
You crossed
I repeated a what did you say to him, in which case we rolled initiative, so...
Him go for his weapon.
I'm not the first in initiative.
You are. Oh no, Leo is. You're right. My bad. I thought that was true.
He goes for the weapon. Well, then I basically plug him. My assault rifle.
Leo, who's already behind the bar.
Yeah. Okay. Assault rifle.
Where is your token? Oh, you're behind it. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I see you.
Yeah. I basically go to one knee. Does aiming count as an action? Or I have to do it. I have to do it before.
No. Any kind of aimed shot is a negative.
Oh, okay.
I think the idea is that you would aim on the turn before you fire. That way it's the first thing. That way it would be a good modifier. But it's only like a +1 though, so it's like, eh.
Yeah, I just take a 3-round burst to the guy.
3-round burst. All right.
Yep.
Hit your attack. Wait, what's the distance here?
10
close.
meters.
Yeah,
It's close, right?
Yeah, it's.
Well, it'll say the
close.
difficulty number in the attack roll.
That's true. Hit your attack, and we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I also have some modifiers. Let me see. You're behind the bar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be okay right here. Yeah. So I open fire.
That's a wall.
Oh, that's a wall. Okay, so I guess it's these barrels then.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right, so roll your assault rifle attack.
Here we go. Wow, that's a critical right there.
That is a critical. All right, so this is the difficulty doesn't even modifier doesn't even matter in that case. What's the damage is a 15 with the hit location of 7, which makes it a what? No.
Well, you need to roll a d6 divided by 2 still.
Okay. Let me just do that. (6/2), right?
Yep.
1.
Do we round up or down in this game?
Round up, but minimum damage is always 1.
Well, it's not damage. It's how many rounds hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my question was, if 0 hit or was 1 hit?
1.
So if we're
That's
rounding
all
1, then yeah, that's all the damage you do. Otherwise, you would have gotten another 5d6 worth of damage dice.
Mm-hmm.
Also of note, I don't know if it's in there, 3-round burst gives you a +3 to your attack.
Yeah, I already.
That's
put
what
it
I
in
said. I
the
didn't know if it
modifiers,
was in there or not.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at what it. Yeah, it's already there. 1d3 plus 3 plus
And the crit just means that you rolled that second d10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me just give me a second here. I gotta figure out where the hell you hit this guy. And you said you rolled a 7, right? On the damage table, that's right leg. Which is kind of weird. Because you're shooting over a barrel, you wouldn't see his legs from where you're positioning. Hmm. Move up. You know what? We're gonna make it left arm. No, right arm. My bad. This is laid out strangely. Okay, yeah, right arm. It's right above the right leg. That's probably a much easier. That's probably a more rational target for you to hit. You do 15 damage. Let me just double check. See this guy. I don't think he has armor.
Blows his arm off.
It probably does blow his arm off. At a 15, Jesus, what's that? 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, he's at mortal 0. Let's just do the save.
Yeah,
He makes it. He makes it.
He lives.
He lives, but he staggers back. Trench, you're up now.
And when you rolled that save, on the sheet you had him already marked down for mortal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it did take it. It did take that negative into account.
All
And
right.
he's now at -1 reflex.
Which one did you attack again?
The one in front of you.
Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna move over to here. And then attack the one to my right with a -3 since I moved. I don't feel any need to attack the guy who's mortally wounded, whose arms got shot off.
Probably not.
Anyway, this is a opposed roll.
All right, so what you rolling?
You have to make your defense, so I'm kicking him.
Also, this is a brawling.
Well, whatever he's defending with.
Yeah, I got something he can defend with. Here we go.
Defense with a gun.
Well, no, you can't defend with a gun. You have to defend with athletics, brawl, martial arts attack, dodge.
A melee weapon?
I mean, yeah, melee works too. I mean, if you meant Defends with a gun, as in shoots the gun. No. Block with the gun. Yes.
Actually, he has a pair of nunchucks.
He came prepared.
Came
Well,
prepared,
apparently that beats
and he
me.
got it, and he beats you.
Yep. That's fine.
What exactly? He blocks? Yeah, he blocks. That's all it means, right?
Yep.
He blocks your kick with his nunchucks, Bruce Lee style. Okay, and so they are up. All right, so this guy makes his stun save. Arm. Did he even make an attack this round? Got 4 other guys, so it's not really. It's not good. You know what? We're gonna have him out of the contention for the time being. Let me see. That's number 2. Where are you?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I hit.
How do you hit? You
I
did it with
get
a
a
minus.
plus. I get a modifier for my martial arts style, which would have negated the -3 that I got.
Which means you still would have rolled an 18.
No, it means I would have had a 21. That's how math works. If I negate the -3, I would have had an additional 3 on my roll.
If you negate your -3, you're at 0.
No,
You'd
if
have
I
to
go
have a
from
6.
-3 to 0, that's a 3 plus. If you add 3 to -3, that's 0.
Yes.
Yes, that's +3. My roll would have had +3 on it.
She would have been at a -3, so that they would have canceled each other out.
I don't know what you're not understanding here. If
Oh, wait, no, I get
didn't
what-
have a -3, which is what I'm saying, I would have had 3 more to my roll. I'm not saying that I've had +6, which is what you're indicating I'm indicating. I'm saying I would have had +3.
Then you're saying you would have hit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I took a -3 because I moved and then attacked. What I'm saying is that I put that -3 on my roll, so my 18 is that with a -3. If I remove the -3, it becomes a 21.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But wait a minute. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay,
Because
you're
my
right.
martial
I
arts
thought-
style is Thai boxing, and my Thai boxing gives me a +3 to kick. So it negates the -3 I take from moving.
I got you. You're right. So he takes a 17. A hit location is 5,
That's right arm.
which is another right arm at a 17.
Which
He-
blows his arm off as
Or-
well.
12. Yeah, you're right. 60. You did more damage to him on the kick than what's his name did on the shot.
Only by 2.
You're at mortal 1. So I guess where's the save? Oh, there it is. Hit the save. Nope. You kill him.
No.
No, is that a
actually.
kill? No, that's a 1.
It
He
only
makes
goes
under.
up in
Yeah,
a red
he makes
square
it.
because that's the way Roll20 works.
Yeah, okay. So he makes that save. 1 now? He goes from mortal 0 to more. He went straight he went straight through the stun phase straight into death. Does he take 2 saving throws?
What do you mean he goes to death? I don't understand what you're saying now.
No. It has penalties to the saving throw. It's harder to make the saving throw, but it doesn't. He doesn't have to make 2 of them.
Okay,
Right.
that's all I want to make sure because the rules say there's a stun saving throw and then there's a death saving throw. I'm
You
not
take
sure
a
if you had
stun saving throw every time you take damage. You take the death save every time you take over a certain amount of damage.
Gotcha. Okay, I just wanted to be sure of that. All right, so yeah, he makes the stun. So
basically,
yeah.
when you reach the mortal wound stage, that's when the death saves come. But you make a stun shock save every time you get hurt.
Takes
Take
damage.
damage.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So yeah, he's that hit, but he's not stunned. But that still leaves 3 other guys. Let me just put these guys out right away.